After being uninvited, I refused to let my best friend's wedding take place on my property. I am a guy and one of my BFFs, who is my ex-girlfriend, is getting married soon. It's only going to be a little backyard type of wedding, but they've been planning it for months and it was intended to be on my property originally. They liked it since it is private, has a lot of open space for the reception, has a wonderful view, and the house could be used as well to get ready for everything. Naturally, I said yes, and she and her fiancé were overjoyed. My BFF and I, on the other hand, had a history. In college, we dated on and off but chose to stay friends. After that, I met my wife, we married, and my BFF met her now fiancé, and they are now getting married. My wife knows that I dated my BFF in college, and she doesn't seem to mind. My BFF attended our wedding and all of the festivities. I never found out if my BFF fiancé was aware that we dated before, but since it isn't my relationship, it isn't my business to say anything, so I didn't. Recently my BFF's fiancé found out, and he didn't take it quite well. I'm not sure how, but according to what I've heard from friends, one of our friends told him, for whatever reason, that we used to date. Not only that, but the friend told him my BFF said a few years back that she was still in love with me, even though she is seeing him then, now fiancé. I'm not sure if that is exactly what he was told. My BFF just told me that her fiancé has been told by someone of our past and that he is furious with her for not speaking up. It became quite a drama, and I haven't heard from her in over a month. They're going to pre-marriage counseling, she said, and the wedding is still on. The fiancé, on the other hand, requested that I do not attend the wedding. It's awful, but I see why he'd be uncomfortable. Then I asked the obvious question, where is the wedding going to be held? She informed me that they still want it at our property, which surprises me. That's what the fiancé told my BFF, and I was thinking to myself, he doesn't want the person who dated his fiancé years ago at the wedding, but still want the wedding at his house. My wife and I are expected to simply excuse ourselves, not to be home that weekend. I informed my BFF that our house is unavailable. They'll have to find somewhere else to host the wedding since we're not going to leave our house to them for that weekend. Not only that I don't trust her fiancé, but it also makes no logic. Her fiancé doesn't want me around because he's uncomfortable, yet he's fine with having their wedding at my house. They do, however, still hope to have their wedding at my place, and as a result, I've been criticized by not just my BFF, but also her fiancé and other friends, who believe I'm being a selfish jerk for refusing to let them have the wedding here. I honestly don't believe I am. It just doesn't make sense to leave our place to a wedding that we're no longer invited to, leaving our home completely vulnerable. Still, the fiancé believes it's the least I can do after everything. Am I wrong to tell my father that if he doesn't respect my wishes, he won't be attending my wedding? My boyfriend and I have been dating for approximately 2 years, although we've known each other for 7 years. We got engaged a few months ago, and is planning our wedding for next year, which will gives more time to save money. Because I am not a traditional person, neither am I a Christian, and I want to keep my life private. I have a difficult relationships with almost everyone in my family since everyone is deeply religious and tradition. For example, I kept it a secret that I was in a horrible car accident few years ago, and my family only got to learn about it recently. My family knew my fiancé, but when we informed them we were engaged last month, they were totally shocked. I have a problem with my father's youngest sister. She is a crazy alcoholic, and I decided in my late teens that I wouldn't speak to her unless it was absolutely necessary. This resulted in her spreading rumors about me to our family ever since, including that I was a drug addict. The pill she saw me popping was actually antidepressant. That I was gay, which I'm actually bi, but wasn't out at the time. And that I stole from my grandmother since my grandmother gave us a gift to me and my fiancé, wedding bands from my grandmother parents after we told the family we were engaged. As a result, my fiancé and I decided not to invite her to the wedding. This decision was communicated to both of our parents. Due to the previous drama my mother had with my dad's youngest sister. My mother was all supportive of our decision. My father, on the other hand, was not pleased. I realize it is embarrassing to not invite his sister to the wedding, and I was the one who made the decision. However, at my cousin's wedding few years ago, she was arrested for drunk and disorderly conduct as well as property damage. That is something that neither my fiancé nor I would want to happen at our wedding. We also agree that she is welcome to attend our wedding if she promised not to drink on our wedding. It is more than a year until our wedding. This is where I ask whether or not I am the bad person here. Because I'm not going to be paying any attention to who's at my wedding, my father suggested he just slip her into the back of the ceremony. Everyone was stunned in silence. We are now planning a wedding for 50 individuals, not including our bridal party. We're going to find out if this is going to happen. So I told my father that if he sneaked in with my aunt or even brought it up again, my own father, who is going to lead me down the aisle, would not be invited to my wedding. My fiancé supports my decision but cautions me from making any decisions that I might come to regret later. My mother says that I am overreacted and that dad was just kidding. I haven't spoken to my father since that time, but my dad did reach out and tell me I was overreacting and that he was just joking. I was brought up being told to respect your elders, don't complain, don't stir the pot. I spoke with my grandma, who is my aunt's mother, and told her the truth, and she showed her support for my decision. I know that I would have to stand on my decision on this and hope everything will be fine on that day of my wedding. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below. And remember to click subscribe for more videos every day and hit us with a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, BGR story, please take care of yourself and see you soon.